Yo, sup with y'all boys and girls, man. Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on December 17th, 2022, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Drop y'all like down in the comments as well. As you know, I love going through, seeing y'all like in the comments. But if you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab, and that's where you'll find best bets from the top handicappers in the world. Link to my $15 NBA Jam session plays in the description. That is my best bet in the NBA every night. $15, scoop that up, man. We did lose yesterday with the Detroit Pistons. Happens, man. We look to bounce back on that, man. We've been red hot on that play. We've hit 10 of our last 13, man. So bounce back today on that. I absolutely love tonight's $15 play. So scoop that up again. Link is in the description. Don't be afraid of those long-term packages, though. I offer 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, seasonal. However you want to do it, man. You can scoop that up. Save yourself some money. Help me make you some money. So long term, don't be afraid of those. Also, follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. That's where I can update y'all on any late information, drop a free parlay of the day, and tell y'all if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association. That happened yesterday. I changed my mind on the Mavs. I kind of told y'all that might have happened yesterday on the jam session. I officially tweeted it out yesterday on Twitter, updated everybody. So follow me on Twitter for all that great stuff, man. We got a decent card today, 7-game slate. Without further ado, man, we want to smash it per usual. We had an off day yesterday on the jam session. Let's bounce back tonight. Let's make some money today. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. And in our first matchup of the night, man, we're starting early. 3 o'clock start for this one. We got the Washington Wizards on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers home favorites laying 6.5, total 221. Not overly in love with this game, man. It's going to be a lean for me to the Clippers. The Wizards, I am looking at the injury report. Looks like Bradley Beal could make his return for this one. But, I could see him sitting again, honestly. And even if he does play, I'm still not in love with this Wizards team. They have been just awful here recently. And now they're on the road. I don't even want to trust them on the road, man. So it's a slight lean to the Clippers. And mainly it's just a complete fade of the Washington Wizards in my mind. The Clippers, they've been okay here recently, man. They did just lose pretty handedly in their last one to the Suns. Granted, they sat almost everybody in that one. Before that, though, they had ripped off 3 straight. They had beat Minnesota, Boston, and Washington. Here at home tonight, looks like most of the guys are a go. At the current time of doing this video, Paul George is on this injury report, though. He's questionable day-to-day. Kawhi Leonard looks like he's going to give it a go in this one, so for me in this one, it's a lean to the Clippers. I think they can defend home court. The Wizards have just been so awful. No way I can get behind them. So I'll lay the points with Los Angeles here in this first matchup of the night. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Miami Heat facing the San Antonio Spurs. This game is a neutral site game. This game will be in Mexico City. But I don't care if this game was in San Antonio, Miami, London, here in Dallas, Los Angeles. I don't care where this game's being played, man. I'm not laying 7 with Miami on anybody. Not the Spurs, not the Rockets, not Charlotte, not anybody, bro. We're fading Miami. We're going to continue to fade Miami. Miami has continued, in my mind, to be priced like they're the #1 seed from last year, and they're far from that currently. They're 15-15 on the season. They're 9-19-2 against the spread. We're fading them, man. They do not deserve to be laying those 7 points on the San Antonio Spurs, in my mind, who have been playing much better basketball. San Antonio has not only been competitive in their last 5, they won 3 games in that span, so they've won 3 of the last 5 in that span. They beat Cleveland. They beat this same Miami team in Miami, 115-111. They beat Houston as well, 118-109. Their 2 losses were to the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trail Blazers. They did get beat pretty handily in both of those. But here tonight, man, that's not the Suns, and this is not the Blazers. This is the Miami Heat, one of the worst cover teams in the NBA. Miami right now holds the #1 spot on my do not bet list, although they co-own it now with the Toronto Raptors. Both of these teams, I'm done with them. That's just me personally, but I'm fading Miami here tonight, man. They deserve to be number one on the do not bet list until they start to show some life, man. Until the books start to price them in reasonable price lines, we're fading them, man. Give me the San Antonio Spurs. I think they can keep this one competitive, and I wouldn't be shocked if they beat the Miami Heat outright again. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Dallas Mavericks on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland home favorites laying 4.5, total 213.5. Yesterday, man, I was on the Blazers on the jam session, but as I tell y'all every day to close out the video and to begin the video, if my mind changes on any of these games due to late information, I'll update y'all on Twitter. Yesterday, that was the case, man. I took the Mavs instead of the Blazers, and I updated y'all crazy early on that one. Like early in the morning, like 10 a.m., I went ahead and flipped. And the Mavs got the job done, man. They won that one by 20. Overall, though, here recently, they are struggling. They only have won 2 of their last 5. They have losses in there to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who they played just 3 nights ago. Cleveland winning into Dallas and just completely dismantled my Mavericks, man. It was an ugly scene. Donovan Mitchell was on a mission, man. He was upset about how the Mavs put his Utah Jazz out of the playoffs last season and forced him to change scenery in Cleveland. I get it, man. But yeah, he came out there that night on a mission. He had a purpose, and they dismantled the Mavs that night. Here tonight, though, Cleveland, they've won 3 of their last 5. They did win last night at home. Both teams are on a back-to-back. Cleveland did win at home last night. They had to come back and get it, though. I was laying the points with Cleveland last night. They didn't get it done at home. And if I'm going to be honest, man, I think the Mavs do get some revenge here in this one. I'm going to take the Mavs plus the 4.5. Now, I will say this as well. I know the Mavs are one of the, if not the worst cover team in the NBA. I know the Mavs have been awful on the road this season. I also know that Cleveland has been crazy dominant at home this season. And Cleveland has been one of the best cover teams at home this season. All that I do know. But I'm still on the Mavs, man. I just think that that ass whooping that they received just a few nights ago is fresh in their mind. And I think they come in here ready to play some basketball. They looked really good last night against Portland. I think some of that momentum translates here tonight. I think we're in for a really great matchup. 2 great teams, man. I can't wait to watch this one. And if they're going to give me 4.5 with the Mavs, I know they've been awful on the road. I'm going to grab them because I think this game does come down to the wire if the Mavs don't win it outright. So give me the Mavs plus a 4.5 here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Portland laying 3.5, total 228. When I woke up this morning, just doing my early, just scroll through the schedule, I was looking at it and I was like, Portland only laying 3.5? That seems like a steal. So I was ready to take Portland, man. Then, woke up with some more, did all my notes, did all my due diligence for the day, running all the numbers and all that great stuff, man. And this is actually a pretty sharp line now that I'm really deep diving in, man. The Rockets have been pretty good here recently, man. And I actually went back and looked at my few last bets. We've been on the Rockets as well, so it's really not that surprising that this line is only 3.5. The Rockets have been playing some good basketball, man. They covered in their last one against Miami, 111-108. They beat the Phoenix Suns straight up, 111-97. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks straight up, 97-92. They did lose on the road to San Antonio in the Wembanyama sweepstakes game. And they beat the Philadelphia 76ers, 132-123. So that's what, a 4-game cover? They've covered in 4 of the last 5 games for this Houston Rockets team. 14, 12, and 2 against the spread. Hey, that's not bad for the last place team in the West, man. We're going to look at the Blazers. We know the Blazers have been pretty good this season. 16-13 overall, 19-10 against the spread. They would have a better record, though, if Damian Lillard didn't get hurt in that span. They started the season off really hot. Here recently, they've won 3 of their last 5. They are in a back-to-back after getting handled last night on the road in Dallas. Dallas beat them in that one, 130-110. Before that, though, they had ripped off 3 straight, 2 against Minnesota, and 1 against San Antonio. I'm going to take Houston in this one. All that to say, I'm going to take Houston in this one. I think Houston continues to play some great basketball. I know I've been on the Blazers a lot. We're usually on the Blazers at home, though. The Blazers on the road. This will be their 3rd straight road game. They're on the Texas tour right now. They played San Antonio, beat them, just lost to Dallas. Now they're on the road in Houston. They just played last night in Dallas on a back-to-back. in Houston. I can see this kind of being another flat spot for this Blazers team. I know a lot of people are looking at this as a bounce back spot for this Blazers team, but I don't know. This one got trap written all over it for me, man. This Rockets team, we've been on them here recently. We're going to stay on them, in my opinion. Give me the Rockets plus a 3.5. Would not be shocked if they won this one outright either. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Milwaukee Bucks at home laying 5 on the Utah Jazz. Total 230.5, man. We were on the Jazz in back-to-back games against the Pelicans. We thought it was a good spot for the Pelicans to cool off. Y'all know we've been on the Pelicans almost in that whole 7-game win streak. And we've been on the Jazz a lot at home this season. We love taking the Jazz at home. That's where they play their best basketball, man. And they got the job done in back-to-back games. Here tonight, though, on the road, not a great spot for this Jazz team. They're above average at home, man. They're a really great home team. On the road, they're a below average road team, man. And I don't love this spot for them tonight at all, man. They're facing a Milwaukee Bucks team who's going to come into this one on absolute demon time, man, is how I feel. Especially off that 40-point loss to the Grizzlies on the road in their last one, man. This is one of the best bounce-back spots we've had all season, man. We're getting a great team in the Milwaukee Bucks after one of the most embarrassing losses for them in the last few years. At home, facing a team that's not that great on the road, give me the Bucks, man. I'll lay the 5. The Jazz also don't have anybody that can really stop Giannis at the rim. Kessler, no. Markkanen, no. Olynyk, no. I love the Bucks in this matchup, man. Drew Holiday looks like he's going to play. Chris Middleton might not play, but I don't think that really matters. I just think the Bucks in this one, man, are coming here on a mission. They're back at home off one of the most embarrassing losses in the last few years. They just take out frustration on this Jazz team. The Jazz, I'm sorry, man. Y'all know I love y'all boys, but this is a terrible spot for y'all. And I think y'all get took behind the shed. Give me the Bucks. I'll lay the 5 here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Memphis Grizzlies on the road facing the Thunder Buddies, a.k.a. the Cover Buddies, man. Memphis laying 7, total 232 in this one, man. We got one team that's red hot in the Memphis Grizzlies. They've ripped off, 7 straight, have been dominant in all those as well, coming off of the complete dismantling of the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, they took them beyond the shed, man, in that one, 142-101. That was my best bet that day, the Memphis Grizzlies. I love to see that. You know, like I said, they've won like 6 or 7 straight games. They've been dominant in those as well. The game before Milwaukee, they beat Atlanta by 25. They beat Detroit by 11. They beat this same Oklahoma City team by 21. They beat the Miami Heat by 8. All those games were at home, and they've been really dominant at home. They're in the middle of one of those spans, man. And I hate to fade them, but we're going to fade them tonight. We're going to take the Thunder, who really been kind of cold here recently. But I just don't love the spot for the Grizzlies, if I'm being honest, man. Like I said, they're red hot right now, but 5 or 6 of their last games have all been at home. Now you're finding yourselves out on the road, laying 7 points, laying over 2 possessions. It's kind of tough for me in this one. I'm going to grab the points with the Thunder. I know the Thunder haven't won in a while, but, you know, they've been fairly competitive. They were laying points on Minnesota yesterday at home. It's never a good idea to lay points with the Thunder. As favorites, it's a bad idea. As dogs, though, y'all know I love taking my Thunder as dogs, man, and we're going to do it here today. So they lost last night to the Timberwolves, 112-110. The day before that, they lost to the Miami Heat, 110-108. And the 3 prior to that were all on the road, and they lost to the Mavs, 121-114, Cleveland, 110-102. And the same Memphis Grizzlies team, this one was in Memphis, 123-102. That was on December 7th. They played this Grizzlies team, so 10 days ago in Memphis, and they lost by 21 points. They lost pretty convincingly. Here tonight, though, at home, like I said, I'm not overly in love with the spot for the Grizzlies. I think the Thunder can keep this one competitive. I think that we see a better showing from them here tonight. I think this could be just a flat spot for the Grizzlies, so I'll grab my points here with the Thunder Buddies. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got a great one. We got the New Orleans Pelicans on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix laying 3.5, total 230. Rematch of the home and home we just seen recently, man, and one of the most intriguing matchups we've seen all season long. These two teams just played each other on the 11th and 9th of December. And there were fireworks going off in both of those games, man. We had the Zion dunk at the end. We had the Suns mad about it. Then we had the rematch. Everybody thought the Suns would repay the favor, and the Pelicans beat them in overtime again. So, man, I'm excited for this one. Like I said, this one was just last week, and now we're back to it again. This one is in Phoenix, man, where Phoenix plays their best basketball, man. Y'all know Phoenix goes crazy at home. But we're fading them, bro. We're just going to continue to fade Phoenix, man. I think the Pelicans mentally are deep inside of the Phoenix Suns' head, man, kind of like the Mavericks were last postseason. I just think that the Suns can be had mentally, and when a team does that, they just have their number, and I think the Pelicans just have their number, man. The Pelicans are always up for the Suns, man. They put them out the playoffs last season. They're not going to take the Suns team lightly, man. The Suns, they're still broken. I'm not going to overreact to the win against the Clippers, 111-95 on the road in a game where the Clippers sat everybody. I'm not going to overreact to that one. We had the Suns in that one. We're not going to overreact. We're going to take the Pelicans on the money line in this one. I think they go ahead and beat the Suns yet again. We faded the Pelicans in back-to-back games. They've lost back-to-back games. We had the Utah Jazz in both of those. That was a home and home for the Jazz. Y'all know how I feel about the Jazz at home, and y'all know how I feel about those home and homes. So I thought it was just a great spot to fade the Pelicans, who had been red hot. They had won like 7 straight. They're still on the road. This is their 3rd straight road game, so I'm not in love totally with that, but I kind of throw that out of the window because they're facing the Suns, man. Not going to be a flat spot for them here in this one. They're going to bring it all. Zion's still playing at an elite level. I think the Pelicans have enough, and I think they take care of this Suns team on the money line. So give me the Pelicans here in this matchup. And that's going to conclude tonight's NBA Jam session on December 17, 2022, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your boy, man. Subscribe if you're new. Drop what y'all like down in the comments as well. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like in the comments. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out, Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab. It'll take you right to the best bets from the top handicappers in the world. Link to my $15 NBA Jam session play is in the description. That is my best bet in the NBA every night, man. We did drop yesterday's with the Detroit Pistons. Happens. But we still been red hot on that play, man. We've hit 10 of our last 13, and I absolutely love tonight's play. So scoop that up, $15. Let's bounce back on that tonight. Make it 11 of our last 14. Also scoop up some long-term packages, man. It's the weekend. Best time to do that in my 3-day appropriately priced, man. So scoop that up. Long weekend of sports, man. So hop on a long term as well. Or you can follow me at Parlay Guy J on Twitter. That's where I will release a free parlay of the day, update y'all on any late injury news, and tell y'all if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association. We had one of those yesterday, man. I did change my mind and take the Mavs. I told y'all pretty early on that one. So, you know, follow me on Twitter for all that great stuff, man. Let's make some money tonight. It's been your boy Jay Briggs, man. I'll holler at y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments. Thank y'all again for watching. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out.